Welcome everyone to this latest video where we are going to talk about Game Week 25, double and blank Game Week bust team, my transfers plan, long-term planning, decision-making process, and potential wildcard. My fingers are itchy, I'm considering the wildcard, but before we talk about it, let's see how I have done the last Game Week. As you can see, I got a green arrow, great green arrow, 60k places up. 68 points. In defense, I had Ederson, who was a disappointment again. He has conceded from every first shots on target in the last 4 or 5 games, which is really funny, but not funny for us Ederson owners. Tarkovsky, my hero, I bought him for a 4-point hit and he delivered 8 points, clean sheet and bonus. Shaw another 6 points, and Perisic was a disappointment. He got benched, even though Spurs got a clean sheet, he didn't deliver points from me, and also he got a yellow card. Oh, what a worry, but it is what it is. Here is my midfield. The midfield was amazing. Bruno Fernandes, my hero, again, 12 points, so the decision to keep him was right. Odegaard, 8 points, but it would have been more. He missed a great chance to score, and also he got 3 bonus points. Saka scored, I brought him for a hit, selling Mahrez, more on that later. And Rashford exploded with another brace. He is in his form of life. And in attack, Harry Kane again delivered 5 points, but I'm considering selling him. Haaland was missing. He had some chances, but blanked away to Nottingham Forest. His form is a little bit worried lately. And Nketiah had huge chance. However, I am fully expecting for him to deliver this double game week. On bench, I benched Trippier. It was a huge call, Andreas and Patterson. So let's talk about the decision-making process. What I want to discuss here is that you do not need, at least that's my opinion, you do not need to follow generic advice. You need to play your own game because everything is team dependent. Let's talk about the decision-making process. So this is what I have posted on my Twitter profile. If you want, you can follow me there. It's FPL Super. So I've done a 4-point hit, and this was my game week team before the deadline. As you can see, I had the Rashford captain. However, I was benching Trippier, so this was amazing. So the decision number 1, I gambled on Mahrez rotation. I thought that even though Mahrez has done decently for me in the previous double game week, I thought that he will be rotated, and I made a 4-point hit and bought Saka, which was a great decision in hindsight. I also got some prize rises from Saka. Decision number 2, everyone was saying save a transfer. I didn't listen. I made a 4-point hit because I didn't want to keep Mahrez. I also had to sell Ben White because I already had 3 Arsenal and I sold him for Tarkovsky. That's why I'm saying do not follow generic advice. Everyone was saying save a transfer. Now, if I had saved the transfer now, I would have been on a huge red arrow and probably outside 250k, but instead, with that 4-point hit, I'm again close to top 100k. Another decision was benching Trippier, which was a huge risk because he's super highly owned. He's close to 100 effective ownership. But at the end of the day, my last decision, I bought all the Rashford captaincy 20 minutes before the deadline. As you can see, I was debating giving Rashford captain, and this was my team right before the deadline. I rightly benched Trippier as well, but I got scared and I didn't captain Rashford. If I have captained, I would have shooted into the ranking even more. I have a 75% success rate of the decisions, which is perfectly fine. I made 4 big decisions. I sold Mahrez, I made a hit. I didn't save my transfer. I benched Trippier, and unfortunately I didn't captain Rashford. But if you do 75% right calls, you will have a great season. That's my experience. So that being said, let's move on. Let's talk about my double and blind game week 25 bust. As you can see, this is my team. I have Ederson at goal, Tarkovsky, Patterson, and Perisic in my defense. The defense is worried because Perisic might be benched. Probably he was rested because of the Champions League, but I'm worried again. He should start against Chelsea, but it's not certain. Patterson, I do not expect him to play because he's just back from injury, and Coleman is playing great. He even scored a goal. but I will wait on the injuries unless I do my wildcard. More on that later. I'm going to a lot of details in this video, so stay tuned. We're going to talk about long-term planning, transfer options, even a wildcard draft, so stay tuned. I'm happy with Tarkovsky. I have Odegaard, Andreas, and Saka captain at the moment, and Ketia, Haaland, and Kane are my strikers. And on the bench, I have a hugely popular bench, Trippier, Rashford, and Shaw. Everyone is good player from these guys. As you can guess, Bruno Salah is most likely happening. That would be my transfer. If I do the wildcard, or if I do not do the wildcard, Bruno to Salah is happening. I'm bringing Salah, as you can see. The problem is I do not have enough money, so I will be 1.5 million in the bank short if I want to do this. So I was considering how I can afford this. The number one option is to sell Ederson for Forster, because Forster is 3.9 million at the moment. He plays Chelsea. Chelsea aren't scoring at the moment. Then he plays Wolves, and then he plays Nottingham Forest. I'm expecting 2 clean sheets in the next 3 games, which will be great, and he will help me get Salah. And also this will allow me to keep Kane, because Kane also has great fixture. He has Wolves and Nottingham Forest. So this will be one option if I want to keep Kane, get Salah, and keep Haaland. So this is one of the options, but it will be -4. And if I do this, if I sell Ederson for Forster, I will have 0.0 in the bank. I have exact money to do this transfer. So let's talk about transfer option 2. That's the classic one, Bruno to Salah, Kane to Darwin. So this will be my team in this case, but I cannot afford Trent, and I really like Trent because he is a high upside pick and he will be differential. Very few people will go with him. As you can see, in this case, also I need to sell Kane and get Darwin up front, but I cannot get Trent even with another 4-point hit. Even if I sell Trippier or Shaw or Perisic, any of them, I still cannot afford Trent, and that's why I do not like this option. And also Darwin is an injury worry. I will make the decision about my transfers and whether I will do the wildcard most probably tomorrow night. I think I'm recording this on Monday, because Liverpool will play in the Champions League against Real Madrid, and I will know what's happening with Darwin, whether he's fit. He's having a potential shoulder injury. So this is transfer option 2, which I do not like because it doesn't involve Trent, and I'm selling Harry Kane for someone who is an injury down. But if Darwin is fine and if he looks great in the Real Madrid game, I could go with this. That's why I'm talking about transfer option number 3. That is 8-point hit. So probably I will go at least 8-point hit or wildcard. So this is my team with this 8-point hit. So that means Bruno to Salah, as I said, is happening. Kane to Gnonto. Gnonto is playing for Leeds, and he will play Southampton at home. So hopefully he will deliver. And then I will sell Patterson for Alexander-Arnold. I will have 1.7 million in the bank because I think Patterson will be a worry and the blanks are coming. And this way I will be able to keep all these 3 guys, Trippier, Rashford, and Shaw. I got them early and I have money tied in that. For me, money tied is not a prime decision-making principle, but in this case, if it's possible, why not? I can keep them because also Manchester United and Newcastle are expected to have another double game weeks, and I would like to have these guys because they are all great value and are decent fantasy Premier League players. In this case, I'm considering between Salah and Saka captain. I will decide that right before the deadline. It will go to the wire. In this case, I will have the defense of Tarkovsky, Trent, and Perisic. The midfield we will see Salah, Odegaard, Andreas, and Saka, and Nketiah, Haaland, and Gnonto in attack. Why I like this option? Because either Liverpool against Fulham or either Leeds against Wolves will happen in game week 28. So that means I'm playing the both probabilities. If Fulham wins against Leeds, that means that Gnonto will have a game in game week 28. And if Fulham lose to Leeds, then Salah, Alexander-Arnold, and Andreas will have fixtures in game 28. So I'm playing the balancing game. Also, Gnonto is fine pick to be on the bench. Now let's do some thinking. Let's talk long term and compare this number 3 option compared to playing the wild card now. Let's talk about. So this is game week 25 with -8 points. Transfer option 3, game week 2060. This will mean Ederson at goal, Shaw, Alexander-Arnold, and Perisic in defense. I will bench Tarkowski and Trippier Gnonto. If I think Perisic is bench, I can play one of these guys, either Tarkowski or Trippier. I will have 5 midfield players, Salah, Odegaard, Rashford and Saka. In attack, I will have Nketiah and Haaland. Haaland will be probably my captain, depending on the FA Cup result, because we will know the FA Cup result before the game 26 deadline. We will know whether Liverpool and Fulham will have a game or whether Leeds and Wolves will have a game. So the transfer is I will be selling Andreas or one of those Brighton players. Mitoma, March or McAllister. They are all great options. I will probably have 2 from those 3 coming game 27, or if I do the wildcard. Either Mitoma, either March will be coming for Andreas, and I will be playing them against West Ham. And this will be my game week 26, and then we're going to check the game week 17. So this will be Ederson in goal, Shaw, Alexander-Arnold, and Trippier. Game week 27, everyone has a good fixture. That's why I'm having the luxury to bench Perisic against Nottingham Forest, Gnonto against Brighton, and Tarkowski. I think many people will be tempted to play bench boost in this game because all of our squads will be great. So I will have Sonny March as my one double game week player, and all of my transfer targets will be Tony, Raya at goal, Mitoma, McAllister, and Estupiñán, depending whether Estupiñán is fit. Now he has some kind of injury down. So this will be heavily dependent on whether Liverpool or Leeds will blank or will not blank in game week 28. If Liverpool are blanking, then I can sell Salah for some of these guys like Mitoma or McAllister and get Tony instead of Gnonto most probably. And if Liverpool are keeping the fixture in game week 28, that means I will do another transfer and maybe do Ederson to Raya as my only transfer, and also I can do another transfer. But in this case, I'm keeping Shaw, Trippier, and Rashford, and they will be some kind of differential. Maybe Rashford not, but Shaw and Trippier will be some kind of differential. One of the underrated strategies for getting a rank is your great players suddenly becoming a differential because people are selling them because of some kind of circumstances. That was the same with Bruno this game. He scored a massive score, but everyone had to sell him because of various reasons. Bruno was a great differential for me, great player, and no one has them. So in this case, Shaw and Trippier will be rarely owned, and if Tarkowski concede from Brentford, which I think they will, Perisic is not highly owned, this will mean great points for me, and also Trippier has a game week 28 upcoming. So these will be my transfer targets. I can get Tony, I can get Raya, or some of these Brighton guys, Mitoma, McAllister, and Estupiñán. Then I will probably do here a 4-point hit and go all in, or maybe just one transfer, depending on the results in game week 26. So let's compare this thing compared to the wild card in game week 25. So this is my potential wild card. This was my early draft. I have posted this on Twitter. It was really engaging post. You see at the time of the recording of this video, almost 70 people engaged with it. So I will have Pickford and Raya at goal. That means both will be played during their double game week. Pickford will be played now, and Raya will be played in game week 27. In game week 28, I will also have a keeper because Pickford hasn't gamed that. Bueno and Tarkowski and Alexander-Arnold will be played. All of them have double game week now. So Shaw and Trippier will be on the bench, and Odegaard, Saka, Salah, and Andreas will be in midfield. Rashford will be on the bench, and Nketiah, Haaland, and Darwin will be starting. So this is number 1, but this doesn't have a lot of Brighton players. It all depends on the Darwin fitness. I will see what will happen in Tuesday when Liverpool play Real Madrid, and then I will make the call most probably about my wildcard or whether I will do one of those 3 transfer options. So I have another potential game week 25 wildcard. I think I'm more likely to go with the second option. So this is my second option. So that means Raya and Kepa at goal. I will ignore Pickford and play Kepa instead. So I will play Raya in game week 27 when they have a double, and I will play Kepa in game week 28 when Chelsea has a fixtures against Everton. And also both Kepa and Raya will be part of my bench boost because I expect them to have good double game weeks in game week 34 or game week 29. So if I do the wildcard, which is likely. At the moment, I'm 50-50 for or against wildcard. That means I will not do a free hit in game 28. I will be ready because in this case, I will have Kilman and Gnonto compared to Salah, Robertson and Trent. So that means if Liverpool have a game week, in game week 28, I will have 3 Liverpool players, Chelsea, that's 4, Tarkowski, that's 5, and 3 Arsenal, that's 8 players. And if I do a 4-point hit, that's 10 players and it's perfectly fine because if Liverpool play, I will be covered. Alternatively, if Liverpool do not play and Leeds and Wolves have a game, then again I'm settled. I have Kilman and Gnonto, so I will have 7 players and I can do a 4-point hit, even an 8-point hit, because 8-point hit in a blank game week it's 2-point hit action, because I will get 6 points back from the 3 new players and I will be minus points from the hit, so it will be a 2-point hit. So if Liverpool have a game, then I'm all settled with a 4-point hit. I do not need a free hit in game 28. And if Leeds and Wolves have a game, I have Kilman and Gnonto. Again, I will be ready. I will have around 10 players. And I think free hit in game week 28 is not a decent strategy, at least in my opinion, having in mind with my team. As I said, it's all team dependent and do not follow generic advice. In this case, I really like this option. I'm ready for game week 25. I will have Trent, Robertson, Tarkowski and Kilman, 4 at the back. Kepa will be my keeper. In midfield, I will have Odegaard, Saka, Salah, 3 at midfield and 3 in attack, Nketiah, Haaland and Gnonto. So I will be playing 4-3-3 and I will be heavily backing Liverpool. So this means I'm ready for the game week 27 double game week because I will have Raya then, I will have Solly March and I will have also transfers so I can bring players as I said in the transfer option number 3. And also I'm ready for the blank game week 28. I really like this. As I said, whatever happens, Liverpool and Fulham playing or Liverpool and Fulham not playing and Wolves and Leeds playing in game week 28, I'm settled. I have options for both scenarios happening. I really like this squad and I'm really tempted to play this wildcard, and I will probably play my bench boost in game week 34 or game week 29. Why I'm pro earlier wildcard? Because you need time for your wildcard to make your points. If you do your wildcard late, in example in game week 33, that means you have only 4 or 5 game weeks to make up ground. And in this case, I will have more potential for points now, and then I can play the defensive game. I'm good in defensive game. I think it's easier to defend your rank. You just go template, come on. Everyone who is highly owned, you will get them, you will do a hit here and there, and you'll be fine. But now I want to play the attacking game. Let me know in the comments what do you think. I really like to play the attacking game, either game week 25 or game week 26 to make the wildcard and get ready. That means I will play the game week wildcard now. I will not play free hit in game week 20, so I can do the free hit either in game week 29, go all in on the double game week, or play the free hit in game week 32. If that is a difficult blank game week, then I will play, because in popular teams like Manchester City, Arsenal, Manchester United play in the semi-final of the FA Cup, then I will need to play the free hit there. If I do not need, then I will play the free hit in game week 37, another double game week, and I will play my bench boost either in game week 29 or game week 34. So when I'm saying about this option, most of the people are talking about game week 28 because I will have problems there. But as I said, I'm well settled with this. I will make a detailed step-by-step wildcard video, so stay tuned. It will be in the comments or right at the end of this video. So if you want to catch that video and if you like this rumble of my team, please subscribe. You are the reason why I'm making this content, so stay tuned. Hope you liked this video and let me know down in the comments what do you think about this wildcard draft, or whether I should do the 8-point hit, because doing an 8-point hit or 12-point hit or 16-point hit when I have the wildcard, it's absurd to me. Why do it? Why did when you have the wildcard in hand? So that was it for me. Stay tuned for more content, and thank you everyone for commenting on my videos. You are great support. Bye and good luck.